Kermit.
Yes.
I'd like to talk about your manager, Mr. Gregory Wilson.
What?
Can you tell me how important he's been in all of this?
He's been with us from like the beginning, really. Well, nearly the beginning. Well, when we started doing well.
How did you meet him?
Well, I've known Greg for a long time. Met him when he was DJing at Legends a long time ago, early 80s.
Was that during the electro thing?
Yeah.
How important was he in the development of all of that?
Well, he was the only DJ that was like playing the music like that the kids wanted to hear, really. So like we'd all go to Legends on a Wednesday night, Star Bars on a Thursday, and other places around the country.
Wigan Pier.
Yeah, Wigan Pier and all that.
Are you still influenced by the music that you heard in those days? Is that still something you think about when you're putting together your own music now?
I can't really say that. I don't really know.
I don't really think so.
Anderson?
I don't think so. I don't want to. We might use touches of some of the more tracks there for like samples, then let's say, or scratches, cuts and things. But I don't think that we start out to write a track and start thinking about electro music and how perhaps that might have advanced to be at a stage like, I don't know, maybe I should say that again. I don't think we want to call it. We don't just sit down, start to write a track and start thinking about electro music. We just sit down and write a track. So if it's still influencing us, it's like an unconscious influence.
Unconscious?
Has Greg being
subconscious? How's that?
Greg being a fan of like 60s music and psychedelia, has he drawn your attention to any music which you previously hadn't heard?
Yeah, man.
Are you Manchester's first black hippies then?
No, I wouldn't say that. No, he's played all kinds of music, well, that I probably would never have heard elsewhere. He's played some Eastern tunes and things, you know.
Yes.
And he's played me out of Beatles tracks I never even knew existed. So,
has the house thing been an influence at all?
No, zero.
How do you feel about house music? Because I mean, a lot of the time you don't look like hip hoppers, you look like seasoned ravers.
Yeah, we rave, but to hip hop, innit?
Yeah.
So not house, definitely.
When house was first kicking down Legends again, you know, Legends, good place that was. Yeah, in the early 80s. I was willing to, it used to be tough music in those days.
I'd say it's had its time, but...
Yeah, garage, and you couldn't make up the mind what to call it in them days. It was either garage or house. House from Chicago or garage from New York. But the music was kicking in the days, tough, man. And then,
I think...
to me, like, when it started to die out to us, you know, the music was on its way out. It's like, I don't know, certain DJs suddenly discovered it, you know, because like a lot of clubs, certain clubs wouldn't play it.
And it became trendy.
And then all of a sudden, certain DJs discovered it, started playing it in them clubs.
Now the Men and News playing it.
You know, and that's it became trendy. And what happened was you get like every man and his wife who, you know, has got a drum machine and a keyboard making out house records, pop groups making acid house records, which, yeah, I mean, you could just listen to them and see that they weren't the real thing. They weren't kicking it, man. They were just jumping on a bandwagon.
But, like, Carson, do you resent the fact that house music seems to have, like, overtaken every other kind of music in Manchester? And
I do indeed. It's just... I mean, what is there to it, though?
Well, some people could say that about hip-hop.
Yeah, but you can see... I support the fact that, say, hip-hop's got more to it, because when I show them a couple of things to scratch on the decks, it takes a lot. Writing your lyrics, and if you're speaking something conscious, it's a lot. What's house got? Yeah, I mean, it's not even really lyrics coming out in it. Alright, they're trying to make hip house. I think them people are a load of bull as well.
Do you think you're going to get left behind, though, if you don't incorporate some house music into what you do?
Nope.
Well, if we get left behind, I think we'll be happy to know, well, at least, like you said before, that we've said something and we've done our thing. We ain't following no. They're just getting brainwashed.
That's it. I mean, you have to remember, like I said, we've already left house behind. I mean, house was, like I said...
House ain't leaving us, really.
To me, house was like dying out in, what, probably 86, maybe 87, I'm not quite sure of the dates now. House was dying out towards then. We left house behind, so I mean, these people who were sort of like, they're just perpetuating house music by combining it with other music forms. But
trying to keep it alive.
But every time it's always in like in a dance mode, you know what I mean? It's always got to be danceable, danceable, danceable. And like you said, it's not saying anything. So, and how many tunes have you heard that sound the same in house now? I mean, Technotronic probably made a whole album of the same tune.
Right. Thank you.
Who are you talking to first?
Who wants to speak?
What's the question?
About the kind of indie Kermit.
Yeah, Kermit. You know that one, don't you? What?
We're at space, so. You're indie, man.
A lot of people see you as a rap indie crossover because of the attention the track Justice had from people like John Peel. Do you think that's a fair reflection of what you're about?
I think people say that because the album or the tracks are different from each other. There's no track that's sort of like in the same vein as the last one. We try to variate them all, make them all different.
But there are a lot of people that I know who wouldn't ordinarily listen to a rap album, who would pick up The Killer and get a lot from it and listen to it.
That's because it's good.
Is it as simple as that?
Yeah.
Is there a conscious effort to incorporate those people when you're making the record?
When we made the record, when we were recording, we were just doing it all for ourselves.
Yeah.
How we like it.
Do you listen to a lot of rock music yourself? Like we got Steppenwolf, Born to Be Wild, and
Listen to
like
a bit. Listen to a bit of Hendrix and things. ZZ Top, things like that.
Have they been an influence on the way that you behave when you're on tour?
No, I shave every day. Nah, I don't think so.
Why was that supposed to mean anyway?
It's true.
Rock and roll attitudes on tour?
No, we've not got that.
What is a rock and roll
We
attitude?
ain't got one of them.
On tour?
Getting pissed up every night?
That's Pete. That's Pete.
That's Pete the drummer.
Well, you do that anyway.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. What are you drinking it for, Pete?
Nah, there's nothing else.
Is there going to be a conscious effort on this tour to behave more like a band and try and get over that impression of rap groups as people who just do PAs?
Well, I mean, look, we've got a live drummer, we've got a live percussionist, we've got a live vocalist, 3 live rappers. I mean, the very nature of the music at the moment, well, the very nature of the music, it's kind of hard to reproduce it live on stage, you know. I mean, we need to bring a lot of technology with us, which is lots of money, which we haven't got. So, I mean, when we do a show, right, at the moment, we'll have a backing tape, well, that tape backing. But that'll have like the basic sort of drums and 1 or 2 of the scratches and things. Everything else is live. I mean, we do it as live as we possibly can for the time being. When we, like I say, perhaps have the money to invest in technology to do everything live, then maybe you'll see it.
What do you say to the people who say that rap music doesn't work live, it's a music for records and
That's
clubs?
rubbish, because rap music started out as a live medium, you know. I mean, the kids them in the Bronx, they couldn't go to the clubs in town. They weren't allowed in, you know, people thought there was going to be violence and things, so they had to have their own parties in the ghetto where they lived. And what they did was, DJs discovered break beats, started cutting up on 2 turntables, kept the beat going, and then one day somebody decided to get on the mic and start talking in rhyme to it. And it was live, and that's why you get all these yourself, say yeah, everybody say ho, and them kind of things, because it's a live medium, you know, you talk to the crowd, they talk back, everybody listens to it.
If you put it on a record, how many people would be going, yeah?
Is that the kind of thing you're talking about on the track Jealous MC? Those old school days of rap music?
Well, yeah, it does apply to most school days, really. I mean, that shows how old that track is.
That track has been the subject of a lot of misunderstanding, but people not getting the joke.
I mean,
tell me what it's about.
it's like, it's pastiche the words. It's kind of like just a satirical look then, let's say, at a sort of like a stereotypical b-boy attitude. You know what I mean? And because there's more to it than people think there is, you know, sort of like basic conception. Sucker MC, he steals rhymes, you know what I mean? But there's more to it than that, you know, to me. So I put it into that rhyme. Call the guy Jealous MC. people listening to it will either recognise certain things about themselves in there and think, yeah, or no, and have a laugh,
Or certain things about others.
or be offended, and other people will listen to it, well, have listened to it, totally misunderstood it. I think I'm talking about myself. You know what I mean? So it's satire, guys, satire.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.